Everybody, how are you doing?
Very suddenly we're live. Oh wait,
I wanted to start at 3, and by God, I was gonna start at 3. So
you know it's close enough. It's commendable.
listen, don't take this away from me. Listen, don't take this away from me. I will jump through the screen and I will put ringworms in your bed.
You just have ringworms on hand,
Dude. I meant to send you a picture. I have them in my Amazon wish list, just for you in case like you push me over the edge. The ringworms are coming. Oh, they're coming.
You know, I think that I'm the crazy one most of the time, but with you, it's so deep seated. Like it's just. There's a lot more built up on top, but it is just a storm underneath.
We don't have the time to unpack all of that.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even get a chance to like post anywhere, but I'm doing that right now. But while people are coming in, we can just like chat.
Okay.
But yeah. So work was extra today, or no? You said you had to go out to lunch with your boss.
Yeah, my boss wanted lunch and insisted on me staying longer, so I was like, I really can't, but I didn't really have a choice in the matter, so.
Yeah. It wasn't, hey, do you want to get lunch? It's like, hey, I'm taking you to get lunch.
Yeah, it was one of those situations. And if I didn't show up, it wouldn't have been bad, but it wouldn't have been a good look.
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, so it was one of those situations, but I'm here now. I'm glad I took care of all the other tech matters proactively beforehand.
Yeah, honestly, what I'm thinking, we should
no anime news this week.
So, Anime News Network is down, and they are the only reliable source for anime news I've found that isn't like.
Just a complete.
This show. Will we ever get a season 3?
Oh, so a lot of it's just most of the anime pipeline is just speculation.
It's articles. It's just
no, it's just speculation.
Anime articles like comicbook.com. Most of comicbook.coms. It's just like breakdowns of this most recent episode type of thing. But Anime News Network actually has like news about the industry, and it was down for like the last 2-3 hours. So I was like, great.
Oh, okay. So no anime news today, sadly.
I mean, I do have. I mean,
there probably wouldn't be a whole bunch to say anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's anime, but also kind of gaming because it's out on the Switch. But there's a new Pokemon TV app for the Nintendo Switch, which lets you watch full-length episodes of Pokemon, which I'm actually gonna get because Pokemon is one of the shows on that poster that I just got.
Have you not seen Pokemon? Even I've seen Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, I've seen it, but I haven't seen all of it.
Oh, I've seen all of it. Even me, who hates Pokemon.
Pokemon, the original anime series, up to current day.
Is there a different one that you're referring to? I know which one you're talking
about. Like the entire collection of Pokemon.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Pokemon, like all the way through like Diamond and Pearl and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've seen all of that.
Oh,
what are you
kidding me?
That's more episodes than One Piece.
I know, but like knowing you, it's not like an undertaking you would be scared off by.
There, yeah. I mean, there's worse shows on that list that I'm probably never gonna watch and just leave unscratched forever.
Undone.
But there was another one that I can't remember. Oh yeah, it was the October release date of the new My Hero movie.
Yeah, I told you about that.
Yeah, there was so little. I was like, let's just say this up top.
Let's do this
panning for time so I can let
Pandering
people know that we're live.
Stalling for time.
Yep. Oh boy.
I should do the same. I didn't even post on my story yet.
Yep, nope. Not even like a couple hours ago where we'd be like, we're going live at 3.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Oh, it's a great day. You happy for the weekend, bud?
Yes. Bit of a mixed bag, but we're making it work.
Yeah. Say la vie.
I'll fill you in on the details later.
Yeah.
Ah!
So
Apparently Snapchat won't use my camera right now for some reason.
that's fun. So just as a warning, I suppose. The gaming topics are very. You can tell that I'm the one who picked the gaming topics. That's all.
Because they're very sporadic.
Yes.
They're very like, oh, you can tell that Jared
'Cause we're
put this
gonna-
together.
well, I kind of want to talk a bit about a certain game that's, you know it. You know it. Everyone knows it, so to speak.
I mean, it seems like you want to talk about multiple games.
Well, but one specifically with like what they're trying to, like going forward, what they're trying to do.
No. Oh, I see what you're sort of saying with that.
Oh my God! Do you see the chat? Maddie
Sorry,
says that her dad is making a YouTube account to troll us on stream.
There is nothing I would want more than to be insulted by your father live. There was
Same. I haven't even met him yet.
There is nothing I would love more than that.
This is how we're going to start interacting. What are the games? So I want to talk about Fortnite for a bit.
Fortnite.
It's got some interesting, it's got some interesting stuff going on, and I guess we'll also talk about Overwatch just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little bit of Overwatch, and I have a personal anecdote about Team Fortress 2 for the chat.
It's actually pretty funny. Also, you should tell the chat congratulations on finally getting custom songs in Beat Saber.
Yes!
Congratulations.
BMBF finally updated. We might as well just start with gaming now.
You know the last one. It was in January.
Yeah, and it was like
was.
it was 1.13 era, and we're current, and it spent 7 to 8 months until there was another BMBF update.
And you're not gonna see another one. You're not gonna see another update until 2022, guaranteed. Guaranteed.
The way game is taking Imposter. No, there was actually just a new thing that was announced just recently. I briefly talked about that, like how the Among Us devs were really annoyed by Fortnite because they essentially stole the.
Oh yeah, they trolled Epic. They trolled Epic.
Yeah. But oh my God, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, BMBF. Finally, I can actually play finally play anime intros on Beat Saber. It's so great, and I have the faster refresh rate, so I'm playing at my actual ability. It's so
Wait,
nice.
Are you playing at 120 hertz though?
I don't know. I thought, do I have to like set it like?
Yeah, you do.
Is there a setting?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
But it's like you have to do it in your headset and in BMBF, or otherwise they won't line up and you'll just be locked to 90 hertz. But I'm doing 120 hertz now. Such a major difference.
Yeah, literally, I played
20. Like imagine seeing stuff a quarter like 25% faster than you normally would.
Literally, like so. Because while I was waiting for the BMBF update, I was playing all of the custom songs. I was having Kevin download them all on his Beat Saber, so I could play them when I went over his place. And there was One Piece intro that I really love it, but I couldn't beat it on Beat Saber, and it was pissing me off. Bon Voyage intro number 4.
Still can't pull it off.
No!
Oh, you beat
I came
it?
over the other day, and you had gone upstairs to like eat dinner or something.
Oh, that's
but
right.
I literally after you set it to 120 hertz, I was like, all right, I'm gonna try it. First try, boom, I nailed it. I was so happy.
It makes a difference. It really does.
It really does. I didn't think it would, but for especially games like that,
like,
it really does.
I chalk that up to getting that extra 30 frames a second. Like that's the whole reason I was able to beat FXMLDR. That's the whole reason I was able to beat that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been able to.
FXMLDR, great song by Thank You Scientist, for those in chat.
But that's the whole reason. Like when you see stuff at a faster like frame rate, you're literally seeing stuff before other people who are at a lower refresh rate would. This is why refresh rate is so important in competitive gaming, like titles like Fortnite or CS:GO,
or even at Rocket League as well.
Because if you're getting more frequent updates than your opponent, then you're gonna see stuff before they do, and that could very easily determine the winner of a match. Often does.
I've been playing with my I just recently the other night played Rocket League 3v3s with two of my friends from school, and they are like, one of them's grand champion and the other is champion, and
I don't even know what that is.
I am gold.
Oh, is grand
like,
champion like another like tier of a league?
Yeah, it's essentially like it's like gold. I think it's platinum, diamond, champion, grand champion. I think
it's hard to like remember all of them. There's so many.
Yeah, no, because I haven't played Rocket League in so long. Like that was the first time I had played it in probably 2 years. Not 2 years, probably like a year.
I remember.
To 9 months.
I remember when we first started playing it. I think it was like 2015. When did it come out? 2016, probably.
I'm not sure.
I think it was 2016 we started playing it.
I don't know if you played it immediately when it came out. Fairly recently, within the year that it had come out, we were like, "Oh, this looks fun."
Yeah.
It's like it's soccer cars. This is interesting. We were on my shitty living room TV. We were both playing it. No, wait, you had brought your TV over, and we were playing on 2 different screens.
We were. This is when we had our little dual screen setup back to back.
Yep. And so I sucked at Rocket League at the beginning. There was something that it was just not clicking, and Kevin kept beating me in like 1v1 practice, and I was getting so mad. It was literally like, what fundamental aspect of this game am I not understanding?
I think at the time, I think it was you didn't understand the angle at which you had to hit the ball and
I still don't.
Or the aerodynamic of the ball when you hit it.
I think what it was, which is I'm very slowly like I'm still like learning, like getting better at it, is reading where the ball is going to go rather than going straight for the ball, because you're always going to miss. You have to aim for where the ball is going to be.
Right, yeah.
Which is just something I was not comprehending when we first started playing it.
So you want to do? Actually, you want me to talk about the Gamescom recap?
Yeah, you would know more about Gamescom. I actually am kind of in the dark when it came to Gamescom. When it comes to Gamescom this year.
All right. So announcements we got from the man Jeff Keighley. I'm so excited.
We love Jeff Keighley.
By the way, I'm very excited for the Game Awards this year because they're going back to a live audience this year.
Yes.
So I'm very excited for this.
The Game Awards last year were so funny, where they had the cardboard cutouts.
That was funny.
Oh my god, Jeff Keighley is such a good sport. I love him.
One of the first things we have is a announcement for a new Saints Row game, just simply called Saints Row. It appears to be.
I've been hearing that they're rebooting it. It's actually a Saints Row 1 reboot.
It appears
they're rebooting the franchise.
No, it appears to be a soft reboot though. Like
which has the community divided. Like I'm not sure how I feel about it.
I am excited. I am very good about it. You know why? Because I think the characters that were in it had their stories to tell, and we don't really need anything more than that.
Okay.
And we don't need to like. I feel like when you reboot a game, like, and there's new iterations of the same character, sometimes that divides people more than making different casting of a game or different scripting or anything like that, because then that ruins their image of the character. Like, say if they, like, for example, say they, like, made Leon in the Resident Evil 4 remake a freaking soy boy, and made him like a real ninny, you know?
They made Resident Evil 4 Leon into Resident Evil 2 Leon. Yeah. I understand.
So yeah, imagine if they did that. Like, you would probably be upset, And
I'd be incredibly upset.
yeah, and you'd probably feel better if they just like rebooted the entire Resident Evil franchise rather than try a new iteration of Leon that just didn't work on any level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I'm excited about
Okay,
it.
it makes sense.
That's why.
Okay.
That's why. I'm excited.
I see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I like that point of view.
Because like for certain developers, like I've wrestled with this too in a lot of cases, like stories for a game aren't meant to go on forever. Like they reach their logical conclusion, and it's like a nice little book that finally has ends to it.
Which I feel like it's
becoming
starting to be lost.
It's becoming more and more of a rarity because people are like, I want more content for this. I want more and more and more. And I'm just like, can we just I want stuff to be preserved in the little hourglass that the Beauty and the Beast rose was in. I just want it to be like put in place like a landmark in time. Like,
it wasn't an hourglass, but I know what you're talking
whatever,
about.
the little glass.
I know. I'm being cheeky.
There's a new challenger to FIFA soccer. Well, yeah, FIFA is soccer or football for all you non-American friends out there. The new football game is from Strikers Inc. and it is called UFL. United Football League, I believe, is the full name of it.
Interesting.
It's very
FIFA has had a monopoly on the soccer game market.
It's very
for
it's
years.
not just well, it's because it's owned by EA, and I think it was back in 2007, 2006. EA, I believe it was for the NBA. This might have just been for like it was for the Madden property. It was for all of Madden specifically. They like bought out the rights for all college teams and their players so that no other video game company could produce games with the team's licensed players or the actual teams themselves. So,
that's so petty.
EA created a monopoly in the football game industry,
in the American football industry,
at least when it comes to Madden. But like I like to see a new challenger enter the space and like at least stick it to them where FIFA is concerned, because like I haven't played the FIFA games. I personally don't like them because they just seem like the cut and paste Call of Duty content that happens every year.
I don't know. It's like I've just recently, like in the last few years, like going to school, like going to a college and being in like a college marching band for American football team. It was like I understand the hype behind football now, and like even basketball too. Like I can watch a game and be like, oh, that was sick and stuff, and like kind of like understand what's going on. But I don't know, soccer, football. It just wasn't really.
I mean, I understand being proud of your. I understand being proud of your school and everything. But like.
No, but like that aside, it's just like I now have like investment / I guess it's more like because I know I have knowledge of what's going on the field, so I can understand it and I appreciate it more.
Right.
I just don't understand soccer.
Yeah. I understand it a good bit, but I'm excited about UFL. I'm excited to see somebody stick it to FIFA. I'm like a new underdog soccer game, so excited about that. We also got a revealed trailer for Marvel's Midnight Suns, a tactical.
What the fuck is that?
A tactical RPG from 2K coming in March of 2022. This is sort of like, think of it like XCOM. Or Mario and Rabbids, that game, but with Marvel characters.
I love tactical RPGs. Honestly, they're so much fun.
Yeah, well, you're a big JRPG fan, so you'd be a huge fan of turn-based combat.
Oh yeah. Turn-based combat is grew up playing the Pokemon game. So.
Yeah. I mean, the original JRPG. So yeah.
Yeah.
The original JRPG was Final Fantasy. So.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's going to argue with that. Horizon Forbidden West finally got a new release date from being delayed from 2021. It is confirmed for February 18th, 2022, with pre-orders starting on September 2nd.
Nice.
I am very excited.
So speaking of Horizon, Horizon Zero Dawn got a PS5 performance update. Patch.
I know. It's got it now.
So now we can
operates
get
at,
that 60 FPS, baby.
I believe it's at dynamic resolution. So do you know what dynamic resolution is?
I don't believe I do know.
So rather than a static, like saying you're playing the game in 4K, rather than static 4K mode, otherwise known as native 4K, so that it always stays at 4K, like the entire length that you're playing. In a demanding game like Horizon, certain assets will downscale in detail so that you don't lose the frame rate of 60 frames per second, even at 4K. But certain assets won't look as good or as polished as they would if they were operating natively at 4K. Like
personally, I'm okay with that sacrifice.
I mean, developers have been using dynamic resolution for probably over a decade now, and I think they've gotten so good at it that it's hard for the average gamer to tell what is being downgraded at what specific moment, especially in a fast-moving game where
because you have motion blur,
like
so it's like you can't really tell.
The place where it would stick out the most, well, if you don't turn off motion blur, then you're not a real gamer, and you should throw away every console and game that you own.
I don't mean actual like in-game setting motion blur, but I'm saying like actually moving. There's just your eyes don't see the stuff moving fast.
Well, yeah, because like you just don't focus on like stuff that like usually you focus on the player, like the character that you're actually playing as.
Exactly.
Especially in a game like Horizon because it's third person. You would mainly notice a downscaling solution like that in cutscenes where like details dip and you're not doing anything, so you have time to look at everything. So that's where the one place where you might be able to notice it, but. Yeah, new Horizon update, 60 frames a second Horizon. Very, very good. I'm actually replaying it now on PC. It looks so good. One thing, it runs natively at 4K on the PC, so I'm happy about that.
Yeah. We happy? Yeah, we happy.
Yeah, we happy. Far Cry 6 got a new trailer, focusing more on Giancarlo Esposito's character. I'm very excited to see him.
Yeah, we got a really cool story trailer from that. I did watch it. It looks really good.
It seems like I'm interested to see him as like a hero in something because he's only done villains. So it's very. I think that's very cool.
He's got that scowl. He's got the scowl.
Yeah,
though.
He's got that villain scowl and the villain like
pursed lips, the pursed lip frown that Giancarlo's got.
The looming presence.
Unrivaled, honestly.
Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga got a new trailer and confirmed
a release date delay.
Release window. That's what it's called. Release window for spring 2022.
It has been delayed to 2022, but the trailer looked so fucking good.
I'm excited. I'm very excited. The Lego Star Wars games were a big part of my childhood, and I can't wait to go back and play them. Microsoft dropped a release date for Halo Infinite. It is coming out on December 8th this year. It seems like
news, honestly.
It seems like they're under a lot of investor pressure to release it this year. So I'm worried that we're entering a sort of another Cyberpunk situation with Halo Infinite. I don't know if it'll be. I'm
hoping it's not the case. I'm pretty sure we've talked about this before. Halo isn't really our playing field. Like, it's not really on our radars, but I'm hoping that it turns out it meets everyone's expectations.
Yeah.
But it's a lot.
Yeah.
It needs to hit a lot of points on the paper.
A big gripe that is not going to be there is there's a popular mode called Forge, and Halo won't have co-op at launch, which is a big thing for a lot of Halo players because like that's what they do. They play Halo with their friend. They just go through the campaign together, and like to not be able to do that when the game is first available.
Unintentionally, maybe intentionally forcing players to play the campaign before going into multiplayer. Okay.
No, not multiplayer. Multiplayer is available at launch. Co-op is not. Co-op campaign is not available.
That's. I see. I didn't hear you right. That is really weird.
That is odd.
The only time I played Halo was Halo 3 co-op campaign on legendary difficulty, and I played it from start to finish in like a
been
week.
It's been a staple of the Halo franchise, and apparently it's not going to be there. So, not at least at launch. So, I don't know. It'll come 3 months after release. So it'll come February, March, March 2022, until you can play co-op campaign with a friend, which is unfortunate. Xbox also announced a new limited edition Xbox Series X in the theme of Halo Infinite, as well as an Xbox Elite wireless controller.
I really like the controller.
Both of them. I love the design. I wish we got limited editions of the PS5. I would have loved if the PS5 launched with like a Miles Morales like edition. Like that would have been so cool.
Honestly, yeah.
It seemed like
I've kind of been in the market for an Elite controller.
The value isn't there for me. The value isn't there for me.
I held my buddies in my hand when I was down in Atlanta. Oh man.
I mean,
it's probably my favorite controller.
I mean, it's a premium controller, but like when you put it like this, that it's almost half the cost of the console itself. Like, that doesn't seem worth it to me if you're just gonna be, especially with us that like work like full-time jobs that like we don't have a lot of time to play games. Like doesn't seem worth it to just spend $200 on a controller.
That's fair.
But you know, you do you.
Yeah.
Not hating if you buy the Elite controller, just like not personally for me. I'm good with a budget wired controller.
I'd let you borrow it, bro.
No. Extended look at Call of Duty Vanguard. Apparently Laura Bailey from the Last of Us is in it. From The Last of Us Part 2. And I just, even with that, I don't care about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like Call of Duty is fully fallen off my radar.
I'm just so burnt on
the only thing I'll do is recently I just was on my buddy John's Twitch and we streamed Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah.
And we just recently played Black Ops 2 Zombies on the PS3.
I did buy Call of Duty Cold War just because Black Ops, I had the misinterpretation that it was a reboot of Black Ops, the franchise of Black Ops. But it wasn't, and it was just.
So you're sitting there playing, and you're just like, oh.
I mean, there was a new version of Frank Woods, but like I didn't like this version. I don't know. It was just super weird.
Doubling back to the conversation we had earlier on soft reboots or hard reboots, where you're just like, I didn't like this version of this character.
Yeah, it's just. I don't know. Activision is just trying to cash grab whatever they can out of Call of Duty at this point. It's a cash cow for them. Nothing more. Hideo Kojima shared a new deep dive video for Death Stranding Director's Cut.
Oh, it looks so fucking good.
It looks good. I don't think it's gonna make me want to play it again.
Well, see, I haven't played it yet, so I'm going to pick up the Director's Cut.
You are?
Also, apparently, Hideo Kojima hates the name.
Oh, Director's Cut?
Yeah. He doesn't like that it's just called Director's Cut.
I mean, he's kind of weird and out there. He probably thinks the name Director's Cut is too bland. Did you buy Tsushima yet, by the way?
I did. I have not opened it yet.
Oh, okay. You gotta download it, bro. It looks so pretty. It looks so pretty. Like, in terms of visuals, this was the first game, like, with the exception of like Naughty Dog and all them, because like PlayStation's graphics, like the first party studios, their graphics are just on another level. But like with the exception of like the PlayStation first party studios, the most graphically impressive game for the longest time for me was The Witcher 3. And this was the game to like finally topple that for me. I was like, wow, this is more impressive than The Witcher 3.
Damn. That's high praise coming from the Witcher fanboy.
Yeah. I'm a Witcher fanboy. Cry about it. Jurassic World Evolution 2, which is a sort of a sim style game of Jurassic World, confirmed its release date for November 9th this year.
You get to build your own park.
Marvel Future Revolution is a new mobile game that got a new trailer. It also is out now, so go try that if you're a big fan of Marvel mobile games.
Only Marvel mobile game for me is
Contest of Champions.
Contest of Champions.
Fall Guys is getting Jungle Book content coming to it, which is something I did not see coming. I think they're trying to sort of tackle Fortnite head on and sort of be like the whole thing you're talking about, you're planning to talk about with the whole like metaverse thing. Jumanji: The Curse Returns is a new game coming out, and we got a new trailer for it, so it looks interesting. Genshin Impact actually got content from Horizon Zero Dawn.
Aloy is a character.
Aloy is a playable character in the game now. Riders Republic shared a new trailer from Ubisoft, and it is out in free beta if you want to go try that. It actually looks pretty good. It's like a not a racing game, but like a snowboarding / biking / skateboarding game. It looks interesting. Got a new trailer shown for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, which looks pretty good. It looks like they're giving the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games the treatment that Sonic Mania gave the Sonic games.
Okay.
Sort of like a back to grassroots sort of thing, which I'm a big fan of. Amazon's MMO New World, the famous GPU bricker, it got a new trailer and revealed its next beta dates. So not its release dates, its next beta, which is September 9th to September 12th.
They're still pushing it. That's all that matters, I guess.
They're still pushing it. I think its release date is the end of October. I think that's when it comes out. I have no interest in playing it just because I'm not a huge fan of MMOs.
And I'm too scared for it to brick my GPU.
Yeah, I'm not doing it. I don't want to roll that dice. You had problems overheating in the past, and you don't need that in your life.
No, I don't. Can't believe I had to get a new CPU.
Tales of Luminara and the Tales of Arise mobile games both shared new trailers. A few indie and smaller titles also got some light, including the Sifu game, which I'm pretty excited about. It comes out in end of February, I believe. Which it looks, everyone's comparing the combat in the Sifu game to Arkham, like the Arkham Batman games.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm like,
I really liked the Arkham combat.
And I'm like, I don't know. I would prefer this game to adopt its own identity and to not just like have that. But I'm excited about the Sifu game. We also got more trailers for Midnight Flight Express, Super Monkey Ball Collection, Splitgate, and Cult of the Lamb.
What's Cult of the Lamb? That sounds interesting.
I don't know.
I'll have to look into that.
Xbox revealed some new controllers, including the Forza Horizon 5 controller, along with Forza Horizon Extended reveal. Psychonauts 2 is out, finally.
And if you haven't played the first one, fret not. There is a recap of the first game at the beginning.
Deep dive gameplay trailer was revealed for Dying Light 2. Stay Human. That's the full title of the game.
Yeah.
I
haven't seen the deep dive trailer, but I saw the initial trailer. It's a fun concept.
This is a very fun concept. Destiny 2 got a bunch of attention. And Gamescom is still going on tonight. And this is the final night, I believe. So be sure to like tune into Gamescom.
There might be some big announcements tonight. It's unfortunate that it was Friday night rather than last night.
Yeah, unfortunate. But yeah, that's Gamescom for you. So you want to talk about Fortnite?
Yeah. So Fortnite is adding a new quote unquote character to its roster. But it's not someone you'd expect. It's Martin Luther King Jr. When I first heard this, I was actually talking to my friend today. He was like, "Oh, did you see that? Like such and such." I was like, "Martin Luther King's in Fortnite." I was like, "What are they fucking planning here?" When he said that, I immediately went Martin Luther King Jr. skin for as a Fortnite character. I'm like, "What?" So, but like upon looking into it, what they're doing is they're streaming Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech in game, not like in the actual battle royale game, but like almost like in those, like, because now, like, I think I haven't played it in so long, but I hear that, like, from what I gather, the lobby, like, before game, there's like a secondary lobby where you can just like watch stuff and like see a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, but they're streaming the Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech, which, when upon first looking at it, I'm like, this is so out of left field. I wouldn't have expected it, but it's the new virtual experience which launched Thursday. This is off of CNN. I'm quoting a CNN article here. The new virtual experience which launched Thursday is called March Through Time and is a collaboration between Fortnite and Time Studios, the film and television division of Time magazine. It recreates the Lincoln Memorial and National Mall where King gave his famous speech in 1963 in a virtual world that Fortnite maker Epic Games describes as a reimagined Washington, D.C. called DC 63. The experience extends with museum-inspired points of interest and collaborative mini-game quests you can complete with other... I don't know, that's just... that gets a chuckle out of me, but these activities progress players through the experience and bring to life important themes of Dr. King's speech. We move forward when we work together. This announcement was initially greeted with skepticism and confusion, with users questioning the video game's use of of Martin Luther King Jr.'s image and etc. But I don't know. It's certainly.
Do we have context for why they put this in?
I'm still looking. It's the latest example of Fortnite adding experiences beyond regular gameplay, as it tries to present itself as a metaverse rather than just a video game, which was what I wanted to lead into, talking about this Fortnite metaverse, where, I mean, other games have sort of achieved this pseudo status of metaverse, like Roblox, but Roblox is a little more on the 4chan Reddit side of the internet.
Yeah.
In that respect, because we talked last week or the week before
about like shootings being restaged.
Yeah, recreations of church shootings, which is very bad.
Although Fortnite has a problem as well that Epic doesn't seem to notice, with a large amount of pedophiles grooming children on Fortnite, and unfortunately they just choose to like not pay attention to it, or they just don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
they both have problems.
I think they just need more eyes, or like we need more mouths. We need more megaphones blaring this out and more eyes on it. The more eyes we get on it, the more likely it is they will see and fix the issue if they don't see it.
Yeah.
But this isn't the first move Fortnite has done in their like quote unquote quest to become bigger than just a battle royale, whereas like they've had concerts in game by Travis Scott, Marshmello, and now just recently Ariana Grande have all had concerts in game. 3 different Christopher Nolan films have been streamed in game, which is super strange.
Yeah.
But I'm looking at this from a third party, because I haven't played Fortnite since maybe like season 1 or 2.
I haven't played it since it first came out. Like since it first came out.
Literally, I really haven't played it in years. But it's so, because now past the concerts and the movies, it now has real world historical documentation essentially.
Yeah.
Like it's like,
I don't know. I get what they're trying to go for.
Yeah, it's important for.
I don't think Martin Luther King's "I Have a Dream" speech was a good showcase for what they want it to be. Because that's a very sacred and like sincere speech and just landmark historical historical moment for America. And just knowing Epic as a corporation who is famous for trying to profit off of anything and everything, it seems very sus to me that they decided to put this in there as like the first thing. It seems like in bad taste almost, and it falls like a it seems like they're failing to read the room. On the one hand, Fortnite is aimed primarily at children, so I'm glad more kids are being exposed to that sort of content.
Yeah, it's important. I feel that it's important for them for the younger generation to absorb these timeless moments in history.
But on that same token, I'm questioning Epic's motives with wanting to do this.
Which
my cynicism is like, oh, are they gonna make it so that you can get a Martin Luther King skin, and then where's the?
That's the whole thing with there are optional quests you can do along with it. That's just I don't know if they're not reading the room, but it's like they're making a game of
That's
it.
exactly what I was gonna say. It seems like this very serious and very sacred part of American history, and you're treating it like it's a game. And I sort of take issue with that, because then it's not taken seriously when it needs to be, and it always should be taken seriously. I
already know that there's going to be a meme of someone watching, someone in history class, and they're going over the Martin Luther King "I Had a Dream" speech, and some kid points and says, "That's the guy from Fortnite." We are in a doomed timeline.
I hate it. I want to switch.
But
can we? Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, take me away.
After talking, because I had so many thoughts, but I couldn't they came out and fully developed through this little talk that we just had on this. It's not the best move.
If I had to put one word on this, I would say
history books in America are a joke anyways. You're not wrong. Ooh.
I was gonna. I just thought of imagine in 50 years everything is preserved in the Fortnite Library of Congress. That's such a sad future that we could hope to achieve.
Yeah, the Library of Fortnite, it's
the Library of Fortnite Congress, whatever. Oh my god. But if I had to put
Fortnite is our government in 50 years.
If I had to put one word on this whole thing, I would say it's gross. That's what it feels like. It just feels icky. It makes me feel gross.
Yeah,
it makes me feel gross, and I'm just hearing about it.
Yeah, I will agree that this, for a first step into the historical preservation through Fortnite, which is a sentence I never thought would come out of my mouth. I don't think it was the good I don't think this was the right first step. However, I'm curious what comes of it in the future. I'm going to be watching Fortnite with a curious eye. I almost might. I kind of want to download it again just to
see how much it's changed. I might do that as well. Simon still plays it, actually. Simon.
We might have to talk to Simon and see what thoughts he has.
Be like, yo, did you see this Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech in Fortnite?
Did you watch the Fortnite Martin Luther King speech? Oh my god.
Just saying
People are
that
go-
is like,
the younger generation is going to the meme that I brought up before, like that guy's in Fortnite. That's the Fortnite speech.
and again, like if you're the type of kid whose parents aren't super involved and like this, like you spend a lot of time gaming, like we did growing up, like you're exposed to this a lot, so like you might not get like the amount of like school time that you need, or you might not pay attention to important social issues that you need to. So
Like
this
me.
is good exposure for them, but like I feel weird about a game raising kids almost.
Oh yeah.
Because that's what it seems it's almost doing.
You put what was well, I couldn't find the words for it, but you put what made me uncomfortable about this into words really bad, like really hard, like
Yeah.
like
it seems
games raising
like
kids.
like this. You plop a kid in front of Fortnite, he sits in front of it for 10 hours, and then he goes to bed. Like, is that what Epic is hoping to achieve? Like,
I don't know. Like you set your kid hypothetical. You set your kid down on Fortnite and you're like out in the kitchen talking, or like in the living room, the other TV watching movies and stuff. You go check on your kid and he's like, "Mommy, when will the working class rise?" You're like,
There's
what
gonna
the
be-
fuck is happening in this game?
imagine Epic Games buy
Oh, Mark's skin in Fortnite confirmed.
Epic Games buys out Quizlet and integrates it into Fortnite so that you have history quizzes. That
Oh
will
my
lose
God.
a large part of their player base because kids won't
I
want to
hope you're
take
writing
tests.
this down. I'm gonna test you later.
I hope you're writing this down because otherwise we're gonna delete your account.
Oh my God.
Oh,
What a
yeah, but
what a timeline.
Fortnite,
Okay.
Fortnite's gonna take over the world.
Yep.
All right, you go.
To a
You go with
degree,
this next one.
Fortnite
You go
is-
this next
is
one because
becoming the world.
you go with
Yeah,
this next one
so
because this is an interesting story.
this is so I got a Facebook message from somebody I'm not friends with on Facebook. And actually, where the heck is my phone? Because I want to read this. I won't give out names or anything, but it was just such a bizarre experience. He actually just messaged me last night at midnight, and I didn't see it, asking about someone else. Okay, so
He
I get a
really-
message
okay,
request on
he's
Facebook.
determined on this journey of his.
Said, "Hey man, I do not mean to intrude, but are you?" And he asked me if I'm my
Your username on Steam.
my username on Steam. He's like, "Are you Bill Engvall 007 on Steam?" And I was like, I saw the message. I was like, "What? What the fuck did you say? Like, what's happening?"
Like no
right
one
now?
no one knows you on Steam.
Yeah,
like,
like
no
and
one.
it doesn't have my face. I said I was like, "I am. What's up?" And then he's I'm assuming you know a guy that goes by Fat Matt on Steam. I was like, interesting. He's trying to get in contact with him, but he's been offline for over a year. Fat Matt has ghosted Steam. He's grown up. He's no longer a gamer. Then he replied, so long story short, he's been trying to get in touch with this guy because of a hat that he traded to him in TF2 years ago, and he wants that hat back. So like I didn't ask, like I didn't pry, but I'm like, this has to be like a super rare hat now, and he's like, fuck, I had that once. I need to get the hat back. I gotta get the hat back. Obviously, you can tell I love hats because I love hats IRL. Honestly, most of the reason I played TF2 back in the day was because I was like, they have a whole team at Valve for coding hats. They had an entire hats. They had the hat squad. So he's asking me if I know this person or have any way of getting into contact with him. And I was being very nice, but like I was like, I have no clue who this is. I personally haven't played TF2 in probably 7 years, maybe 8. So I was like, I have no clue. I honestly don't even know when or where I friended this person. So they were like, all right, no worries and stuff. But last night at like 12:30, they messaged me again asking if I know another person in my friends list personally. This one I do. So like I'm really I hadn't opened the message until now so I could read off the conversation. So now that I've read the message, I have to respond. So I've set a ticking time bomb on myself. Do I lie? Do I know? I'm going to say I do know, but like I think it's got it because the friend in question that I know has also played TF2 in the past. I don't know if they do recently, but I'm gonna message him after I get off stream and be like, hey, someone's looking for something. I'm actually gonna lead with.
I'm nervous. I'm actually concerned with the lengths that they're willing to go to get this hat.
Yeah, honestly, it's a little like I don't even know if I want to respond to this person.
Cause like, it's been years, and this is a digital item in a game.
Like I was like,
this doesn't seem like a normal person. If they're willing to go to these lengths to get it.
He's being extremely like genuine, saying stuff like, "Okay, thanks once again. Sorry to intrude," stuff because he's
he's being polite,
talking to a complete stranger.
Right, he's being polite though.
He's extremely polite, which is why I feel comfortable like responding. That I'm not like I wasn't immediately sussed out by the conversation, so
you were just intrigued.
If I felt any red flags, I would have just stopped responding.
Yeah.
But I don't know how I'm gonna go about this, but just this little anecdote of it's almost 2022, and TF2 hat hunting is still a thing, and it may find its way to you. Someday soon.
It's happened to Jared.
It just happened to me. I'm gonna go into past that. I'm gonna go into this real quick. Mountain Dew has released a new limited time flavor, but it's not what you would expect. Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. It mixes the flavors of Mountain Dew and Fritos' Flamin' Hot Cheetos. The advertising for Flamin' Hot Mountain Dew, it says it's the most extreme taste experience yet.
Yeah, like as in it will put you in the hospital if you drink one bottle of it.
Extreme. And the senior director of marketing, hold on, I need to get this dude's name because the wording he used for this is so. The senior director of marketing, Matt Nielsen, said that it is the most provocative flavor from the company they've ever made.
Yeah.
I hate all of the wording around this. You don't call a flavor of Mountain Dew most provocative and get away with it.
I mean, until the inevitable Belle Delphine Mountain Dew bathwater flavor comes out.
All right, guys, this has been a great amusement mile. I'm signing off before Kevin. Oh, God. But, yeah.
This is good. Didn't they come out with a Dorito flavor once?
Yeah, no, this isn't the first time they've, like, collabed with,
this has a precedent.
chip flavors.
This has a precedent. Like,
yeah,
this
has a precedent, but it's still the fact that it has a precedent pisses me off.
It's an unholy combination.
And you know I'm going to try it.
I didn't even try the Dorito one. It just looks.
Neither do I. I stayed away from it, but this one I'm like. Also, speaking of Mountain Dew, they're coming out with a hard seltzer, or like essentially like a Mike's Hard Lemonade, but it's like Mountain Dew with alcohol in it.
Oh.
And I can't fucking wait.
That seems like it would be bad for your heart. That's so bad for your heart, I imagine.
Man, I mean, in college, I drank Mountain Dew Voltage with Everclear.
That's bad. That's real bad.
Big sign. Like a shot or two of Everclear, fill the stein with Mountain Dew Voltage.
That's real bad. Izzy says, our history books in America are a joke anyways. History classes know better. Absolutely. Considering that, especially in schools with low funding, they are working with books that are multiple decades old. And a lot of the teachers are forced to enforce certain curriculum which don't teach kids the important social issues that they need to know about. Like many 1 in 2 adults still believes that the Civil War is fought over states' rights and not slavery. 1 in 2, and that's an absurd disparity. So yeah, we need to improve in that area.
We're not cracking open the conversation of we as people do not understand how we as people learn. It is not the piggy bank formula where we're empty until we're filled with knowledge. That's not how people learn. I already said, we're not going to break into this conversation, but I've already started ranting about it. I'm going to move on. Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot. I'm going to try it. I'll try it on stream.
You take the Phasmophobia thing.
Yeah. So, just last night, a new big update for Phasmophobia dropped. It's called Exposition. It added 2 new ghosts. It's the Gyoru, or the Gyoro, and there was another one from Scandinavian folk superstition, but I can't remember its name. I tried it out last night. It's really fun. They added 2 new ghosts, a new item, the Dots Reader, which shoots a bunch of lasers. It gives off this really cool glow, like it puts dots all over us, like a 6-foot radius or something or more. And you can see the ghost like distort the lasers as it goes through. And it also, besides the new item and the 2 new ghosts, it added a bunch of fixes. Like there was a bug where Asylum would crash, and it updated lighting mechanics, and it's really pretty now. They also did a bunch of item model updates, like the ghost writing book. The writing is a lot harder to see, but it looks a lot more legitimate, like something like Ghost wrote into the notebook, rather than just a big thick tip Sharpie die in the book. It's a lot cooler. It's a lot more subtle though. But yeah, this is just in time for spooky season. Phasmo has gotten a big update, and it looks better and scarier than ever. So if you haven't tried it out yet, now is the time to get into it.
Hell yeah. So what's the whole deal with I actually don't know much about this. What's the whole deal with the Blizzard changing McCree's name?
Okay, so this also ties into the Activision Blizzard lawsuit from California. One of the executives let go from Activision Blizzard is the person that they named McCree off of. Like McCree's name is based off of an actual person.
Oh, so this
I'm not actually. I didn't see what the name of the guy he was named after.
So this guy that is named after him, he's personally
the former Diablo 4 lead designer Jesse McCree.
So he's being personally implicated in the Activision case?
No, who has since left the company, had been immortalized by having his name in Overwatch. However, it seems it will be changing at some point in the near future. Actually, I didn't know this. There was a fan demand to change McCree's name. I thought it was just them.
I believe it.
I know. I thought it was just them saying, "All right, let's cover our bases," but like fixing like having their priorities out of sorts and being like, "We got to change McCree's name first," rather than, I don't know, addressing the in-game chat, the bigotry in the in-game chat in Overwatch, even though it prides itself as an all-inclusive game platform. But regardless, that's what I had initially thought. That's still a problem, don't get me wrong, but I did not know that there was a large fan a large fan calling to change his name. There was an upcoming in-game story, kind of like, you know how Apex Legends has like story.
Yeah, story elements.
Story elements. Not really a story mode, but yeah, rather story elements. There is a new a new chunk of story for the Overwatch lore coming to the game, but it focused like McCree was a major part of it, so that has been delayed until I'm assuming they do change his name. Also, I saw another article. Going forward, Blizzard will no longer be naming characters off of real people.
Shocker.
So they were like, "Well, we understand our mistake in that, so we're gonna go forward and not do that."
What a shocker that is.
But yeah, so that's like we don't know what the new name is yet. It's definitely gonna feel weird because, especially now that I know that there was an outcry from fans to change the name, I get that why they're doing it, and I like agree with it more than I did going into this, because going into it, I initially thought that, like, in my opinion, all this is going to do is make people, like, when they see McCree, because it's such a like, it was an early on character, so one of the more known characters, every time someone would see the different name, they'd be like the train of thought is like, new name, used to be McCree, and then think about the whole Activision Blizzard lawsuit and how shitty of a situation it was there.
Yeah.
So I just felt like it would make people linger on what had happened longer. But again, those were my thoughts going into this. I did not know that the fans were the ones who initially wanted the change. So good on Blizzard for this one. And that's really all I have to say.
I mean, in my opinion, they only did this because there was an outcry. Because in if their history is anything to go by, Activision
right
Blizzard,
here, it's
Activision Blizzard does not do anything until
they
do not do anything until they are forced to do something.
They're in full panic damage control right now, so they're gonna do anything to appease the masses, which I get. It's still, once again, it is such an unfortunate situation, and my head hurts and my heart breaks for the workers at Activision Blizzard.
Do you want to talk about the next thing?
Yeah, I guess I'll cover games today, and you cover tech because there was no anime.
Heck yeah.
There was rumored footage of a Mandalorian game that got leaked online.
Where's Maddie's dad? He's a big Star Wars guy. Where's Maddie's dad?
Yeah, where's Maddie's dad? Where's your troll? And he's like, fake news, fake news.
Fake news.
The leaked Mandalorian game footage has been making the rounds online. It says it may be in development. Having apparently been filmed off screen at some kind of like private presentation. It shows the Mandalorian games menu, which has Baby Yoda and 4 chapters available for players to choose from. Chapter 1, This is the Way. Chapter 2, The Easy Job. Chapter 3, The Coin Toss. Or Chapter 4, The Escape. The person playing the demo chooses to start Chapter 4. Oh, okay, so there's a video of this. Based on the footage, it appears as though the Mandalorian video game is going to be a linear third-person shooter with players able to utilize Mando's unique gadgets. It was saying that Beskar ingots are going to be collectibles in the game and used to upgrade your equipment and stuff, which makes sense. It must be stressed, it might not be real. It is just a rumor. It could be just like a fan creation. And there was just like, it was like an art presentation, and they're like, look at this thing that I like made, I made a quote unquote Mandalorian video game, and it looks really good.
It seems like what they were trying to achieve when they revealed 1313 way back when.
Yeah, it's also worth pointing out that the YouTube channel the video is uploaded to, Christopher Turner, is full of Unreal Engine creation videos. So it's not a bunch of like creations of like, say, like, I recreated Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask in Unreal Engine 4, Nintendo hire this man type of stuff. So grain of salt. As I was talking, I was watching a bit of the trailer. I mean, looks good. He did a good job, I guess, but doesn't seem like a whole lot to hope for,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, keep it in the back of your mind. You never know.
Yeah,
All right.
it's interesting.
Now let's get
couple
let's
other
get
things.
into some tech
Couple
stuff.
other things for gaming that didn't make it into the doc.
Oh,
Apparently, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawls, whatever the new Nickelodeon fighting game is going to be, is adding 2 new characters to its roster for launch.
Cat Dog and April O'Neil.
Cat
Yep.
Dog and April O'Neil. That's a big one. And also, this is more on the tech side. Netflix's gaming service is now available, but only if you live in Poland.
Test market. Okay.
It is basically a beta
You think
test.
that's something that can be snuck into with a VPN?
I don't think it's that simple. I think you have to prove your residency.
That's fair.
And like see where you actually live there.
But yeah, they've got a beta test going for it.
and
That's
it's,
really interesting.
in Poland and only available on Android phones. And even if you're able to get this in America, don't expect to be able to play it on iPhone even when it's fully released, because Apple has made their position on games very clear in that they just don't want games on their phones other than mobile games. They just don't.
Which is why I'm moving away from Apple.
It's
My love-hate relationship with Apple LLC has been long and arduous, but I'm looking into a Google Pixel.
how about just a hate relationship? I don't remember the last time you had something good to say about an iPhone.
The only thing I can say that I love about iPhones is that I'm used to the user interface.
Oh, but like learning a new user interface is not hard.
It's just gonna be annoying for like the first.
I mean,
week,
for
and
you
then I'll
that is still learning keyboard on the PC might take a little bit of time. So
you're not wrong.
because I had it down and I had it down like within a month. I was like, oh, okay, this is easy.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a good segue from gaming to tech.
Yes.
Take me away to Techland, baby.
Samsung is now top dog in the semiconductor manufacturing game, beating
Samsung, really?
beating out Intel in terms of the largest amount of revenue produced from semiconductor sales. So that is interesting. I don't know what impact this will have. It just looks like Samsung is ahead of everyone at the moment because everyone is contracting out to them, which is interesting. You mentioned Pixel phones.
I did.
Pixels,
And this was not intentional. I didn't look through the tech topics, so this is interesting. I'm ready. Like, I want to hear about this because this could be very big or very bad.
Pixel 6 won't have a charger included with the phone. Taking a page out of Samsung and Apple's book.
Oh, it won't have a charger included. You have to buy the charger separately, huh?
Yeah. Yes.
I hate late stage capitalism, bro.
But it will be a USB-C charger, so theoretically it is compatible with any USB-C cable that has charging capabilities. So if you just have a USB-C cable lying around, you should already have a charger available. So it's not the end of the world for those of you that already have a USB-C cable lying around. Just curious, why are you like stuck on Pixel phones?
I don't know. I had a friend who like talked really good praise of it, and I just really like the look. I mean, regardless, I'm going to Android side.
Right. I'm just concerned because I am worried that you're gonna buy a phone solely for aesthetic purposes, which is the something you shouldn't do.
Right, yeah.
And the one reason I would say hesitate on the Pixel, especially the Pixel 6, 1, charging out in the box, 2, no aux cord port, which you're already used to because you have an iPhone. But
it still sucks.
But Google, even worse than Apple, has a history of not supporting their products very well. So I'm worried it might not be a very pleasurable user experience actually daily driving one of these things.
Okay. we can talk phone upgrades off screen, like what your recommendation is and stuff. We don't have to bore the chat with that.
What are they?
But like
Are you guys bored by me talking about phones?
I'll take it with a bag of salt. Like there's a whole
bag.
There's a lot of salt in there. It's just.
There's a lot of salt in there. In other news, apparently, when you there's a Razer, you know, like the gaming company peripheral maker, like Razer. There's a Razer Windows hack that allows you to gain full admin access on any Windows PC as long as you connect a Razer mouse or keyboard with Razer Synapse, which is their RGB lighting software for their keyboard and mice downloaded. So as long as you plug one of these peripherals into your PC, you now have instant full admin access when you begin downloading the Razer Synapse software. This is scary.
What?
Yeah.
They need to look into that because that is very bad.
That is very bad, and it said, and allegedly, there is no prompt, there is no message. You just have default access as soon as you plug one of these things in, and you have Razer Synapse installed. It is very unnerving.
That's literally like 1990s hacker movie Deus Ex Machina bullshit, where you're like, if you have this software plugged in, you just need to plug this mouse in, and you are in.
Yeah,
it literally doesn't sound real.
I'm nervous. In other news, which is possibly more concerning, the U.S. Department of Defense has signed a contract with Intel stating that it will provide commercial foundry services for the Rapid Assured Microelectronics Prototypes program. Which
I have so many questions about the sentence you just said.
Which the thing that immediately comes to mind is Skynet. That is what's coming to mind.
Don't have any questions about that one. Oh God.
Someone who commented, who the person who posted this, Jay from Nucleon on TheLinusTechTips.com, says that not much other that I could say other than good luck, Intel. And apparently they have contracted this to the U.S. government on a process node that is not currently finished. So it's going to be interesting for them. Apparently they're rolling this thing out in massive volume by 2025, so we'll see what happens 4 years down the line.
Yeah. Keep your eye out for the 18A nodes.
We'll see. Do you use you use Discord a lot?
Yeah.
Have you ever used GroovyBot?
Yeah, I haven't like personally put it into chats, but I've used GroovyBot for I've been in calls where we're playing like 2v2 chess and have GroovyBot playing in a Discord call.
Unfortunately, if it's a feature you like, it is coming to an end. Google has sent
Wait, why?
Google has sent a cease and desist order against Discord's GroovyBot feature.
Why? What the fuck?
A quote from the article: Google wants the service gone within 7 days. So the service the feature GroovyBot will be undergoing a forced shutdown by August 30th. Groovy is complying with the shutdown, and Google confirmed to The Verge that it took action in this case, and they notified Google notified Groovy about violations of terms of service, including modifying the service and using it for commercial purposes. Apparently, this is a conflict of interest with one of Google's other music streaming or music integration apps. So, yeah.
Interesting. That's really unfortunate because GroovyBot was one of the best ways to listen to music through Discord
and it's,
with other people.
It's also a service that, in the tech industry, it's 5 years old, which is kind of old for a new feature like that. and it was active on 16 million different servers. Not even 16 million different accounts, 16 different servers.
Really unfortunate.
I'm just amazed. I'm just very, very shocked that happened. Also, this should have been the
Okay, so this is big news. This is big update from last stream or like a stream before. I think it was within the last 2 weeks. Yeah, but still, big update. Kevin, take it away.
OnlyFans pulls a Men in Black and says that they're updating their terms of service so that banning sexually explicit content never happened. You imagined it, because now they have suspended their agreement, stating that sexually explicit content will be banned by October 1st. So that's a thing.
We're back, baby.
And this was due largely to outcry from the users, and I suspect that it's because OnlyFans knew that they would be taking a massive loss if they went through with this agreement, considering how many people produce sexually explicit content on the platform.
Especially like to bring back the Tumblr argument. I would argue that more of OnlyFans' user base was with sexually explicit content than Tumblr was.
Absolutely.
Because Tumblr still has like memes and shit.
Absolutely. Well, Tumblr is still alive.
Yeah.
But it's
Tumblr survived. It's now a great place for like fan art.
It's turned into
almost like it's a blog.
I want to compare Tumblr. I think the most apt description for it is like almost akin to a Reddit. I think that's more or less what it's sort of become.
Yeah.
Which isn't bad. Like it survived. It's
not bad at all.
It's doing all right. But OnlyFans, that would have been a big blow.
We would have seen. It would have been like. I was gonna say it would have been the rise and fall of Fall Guys.
Basically.
But
OnlyFans
blown up and then just blown up into dust.
Yeah, but it's good that they did that, considering that it probably would have put the company under if they went through with it.
That's so fun.
In other news, TSMC has stated it will greatly increase the price for new processor production going into 2022. It's saying that it will increase its prices for 7 nanometer and below up to 10%, and prices for 16 nanometer and above will increase by 20%. This is due to ongoing semiconductor and silicon shortages. For those of you that thought it was getting better, nope, it's continuing to get worse and worse. Eventually, you're going to have to trade a kidney if you want an RTX 3080. And saying that out loud, it's probably already happened at this point.
From personal experience, all of Tumblr is that one meme of Eustace from Courage the Cowardly Dog refusing to get out of his chair. That's incredible.
I only ever went to Tumblr for the memes, even when sexually explicit content was still allowed there.
Nope. I constantly, by being batted by a horny bat, that was all I used, majority of what I used Tumblr for. Honestly, I still have a Tumblr somewhere. Honestly, I would repost memes.
The amount of memes on Tumblr and the quality would honestly give iFunny a run for its money. But yeah, TSMC price hike, not good for gamers, not good for anybody.
No, because now MSRP is going to go up.
You could expect it to go up at least 10% again, which is unfortunate.
Which means that scalping is going to go up another 50%.
I see like base 3080s and 3070s. Like a 3070 is supposed to be $500. I see it like at least for $750, and 3080 is supposed to go for $700. I see it going for like almost $1,000. And it's just very sad. It's very sad to see. I got my 2080 Super. I'm good until the 4090 comes out. I'm good.
Yeah.
In other news, I'm actually excited about this, but with a caveat. 8K 120 hertz TVs are finally here.
Jesus Christ.
Hisense, which is a Roku partner, recently manufactured the first commercial 8K 120 hertz refresh rate TV. This thing is 75 inches and has an MSRP of $3,200, which is actually very good for a TV.
Considering
Considering when I
first came out, it was like $10K.
Jared, I don't know if you like, this was right when I was shopping around for my TV that I have now. But I don't know if you remember, I sent you pictures. If you go back, you probably see them. I sent you pictures of what an 8K TV on Amazon would cost at the time, which was like 2018. And at the time, the first commercial 8K TV cost literally $60,000 for like the smallest one. And it's like,
it's insane.
It's like that's like double the price of like your average car. Like, imagine that's like, and like, here's the thing. Here's the caveat I was speaking of.
It's too many pixels. We've strayed too far from God, but now you can see God.
That's actually one of Violet. That's actually what I'm sort of like going to address next. The caveat that I'm talking about is, one, cool story, bro. 8K 120 hertz TV. What do we watch on it? Because there's no content available.
There's no 8K content.
No movie, no show, nothing is available in 8K yet. Why do we need 8K TVs right now that are available commercially?
Technology is starting to move faster than the content meant for it.
We don't have it other than like 24 8K TV or 8K YouTube videos on like that you would go on YouTube and they're more like tech demos than anything else. It's not something you would actually want to sit and watch.
So it's something you would cycle through the 12 videos on on a display TV of an 8K.
Because like you just like
want
you would just want to be like, oh, this is what 8K looks like, okay, and then like there would be no other use for it, like gaming, let alone gaming at 8K. Not going to be a thing for a long time. I don't even think they make 8K monitors yet, and this is like
the fact that we've got to 4K 120 hertz is big.
Like, because like for the past like until the PS5 and Xbox Series S came out, gaming at 60 frames a second on a console, like at good resolutions, was like not a thing. Like at good resolutions, like not a thing. Like even on the PS4 Pro, like sometimes like you couldn't get to like 60 frames a second 1080p. You just couldn't. And I'm just like, and the point that you bring up, Violet, I know it was sort of like a half joke, but I think we're at a point where we are with 8K, we are experiencing diminishing returns. Even at 4K, I would argue we're experiencing diminishing returns somewhat, in that certain people, depending on the quality of vision that you have, you won't be able to tell the difference in certain areas. I can tell the difference. I've seen 8K footage, and I've been lucky enough to experience it in person. But even I am like, yeah, the average person wouldn't really care or like necessarily notice the difference between 8K and 4K. Like, because at that point, you're looking for subtle differences. And there is even, Jared, there's even now experimental footage of, with supercomputer tests, like setups done with 16K displays. Linus Tech Tips was one of the first people to try gaming at 16K. And there was not even a single 16K display even being prototyped yet. What he had to do, he had to put like literally 8 TVs side by side next to each other and just format them in sort of like a PC multi-monitor mode and run it with like 4 3090s so that it would be able to support the amount of pixels that it needed.
That's fucking
Like,
insane.
think about it. 16K needed 4 3090s, which is the most powerful consumer GPU available.
Footage that turns you into a radish. Funny enough, I just saw a Game Grumps clip of like a lemon filter, and Dan goes, "I'm a radish."
I'm a
That's what happened. He looked at 16K. That's just
He looked at 16K.
now I know what happened.
Yeah, but I'm excited about it, but like we don't have a use for 8K 120 hertz. We don't have a use for 8K yet, let alone 8K 120 hertz. 8K, don't even think about gaming at 8K 60 frames a second until like 4 years from now.
I was about
Consistently?
to say, like, literally like 2027.
Consistently, like we're not gonna do that. Like freaking like 8K at 120 hertz. Probably we'll be lucky in the next decade if we get like 8K 120 hertz gaming, or even 8K 120 hertz maybe at that point 8K 120 hertz content to watch. Maybe that will be a thing, but in my experience, though, like it's hard to find like content to watch that's high refresh rate, like because most movie studios, most like TV studios, they produce stuff that's at a low frame rate, like 30 frames a second or less, just because like watching stuff in like a movie or a cinematic format is better, or like it just looks cleaner, I guess, or that's what they're used to filming. I personally like 60 frames a second content better, but some people don't, and it's just a personal preference. But anyway, moving on. We have rumors of a 3090 Super getting leaked.
I did hear about this. I saw it when I was looking up stuff for today's stream.
This is not necessarily anything to get excited about because, one, you probably won't be able to get it anyway. And two, if the last generation of GPU is anything to go by, the Super series of the cards, so like if we're comparing 2080 to 2080 Super, the Super part of that was only a minimal performance improvement, like anywhere from 3 to 5% improvement. So like it's not anything to write home about or anything you would notice much.
Yeah.
But it's interesting nonetheless. Because usually when NVIDIA drops Super lines of GPUs, that means like, okay, we're prepping for the next big generation release, which they are. We already know that the 4090 and the 4080 is a thing. We already know that that's a thing.
Yeah, we talked about those.
We already know that they're being prototyped, or they're heavy into they're being like, I don't know if they're in the mass production phase right now, but they're definitely being like R&D'd right now. They've been R&D'd for a while. Apple settles a lawsuit, but not the one you think. Apple is settling a small class action lawsuit from multiple teams of small developers. Apparently, the developers have petitioned for a few changes to App Store rules, including but not limited to Apple keeping 15% cut from small businesses for at least another 3 years, instead of moving up to 30% cuts from small businesses, which is a lot. That's almost a third of income for a small business. That would be a hefty margin that Apple would be claiming.
Yep.
App developers are also now permitted to use email addresses and accounts created during sign-up in apps to contact users to direct them to pay outside of the App Store without Apple taking any pay cut, which is a very good thing. It creates freedom of choice for the end user as well as the company itself.
That's really good, yeah.
And Apple is creating some form of fund for companies based in the U.S. to, quote, help them. I don't know what that...
very ominous.
That is a broad term, and I don't know what Apple means by that, so that'll be interesting going forward.
That is very ominous.
We are going to wrap up the stream. No TV for what to watch / play this week, because there's just not much to go off of, except, I mean, it's, you can talk about this in the movies more, but Witcher Nightmare of the Wolf.
Yep. It's out. Did you watch it yet?
I have not. I think I'm going to watch it with Maddie tonight.
Hell yeah.
But I will talk about games, and Jared's gonna. I was gonna say Garrett. Talk about movies. So I'm gonna.
My train of thought fully stopped. That was just thoughtless me just. Gary.
Oh my gosh! All right, I'm gonna hit you with the games that came out this past week that you should go play. Aliens: Fireteam Elite is out on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. HOA is out on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. I Expect You to Die 2, The Spy and the Liar is out on PSVR, Oculus Rift, Oculus Quest, and HTC Vive. King's Bounty 2 is out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Sniper Ghost Warriors Contracts 2 is out exclusively on PS5. Marvel Future Revolution is out on iOS and Android. It's their new mobile game that launched. Myst 2021 is out on Xbox X, Series X and S, Xbox One, PC, and Mac, which is interesting. We don't get a lot of Mac game releases, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
Psychonauts 2 is out. I'm very excited. Spelunky is out on Switch finally, as well as Spelunky 2. This is part of a Spelunky collection that they have released for Nintendo Switch.
Hell yeah.
Baldo, the Guardian Owls, is out on PS4, Xbox One, Switch, PC, and iOS. Inked: A Tale of Love is out on Xbox One and PC. No More Heroes 3 is out on Switch. And according to the developers of the No More Heroes franchise, this will be the final entry in the No More Heroes franchise. There will be no more.
Word.
There will be no more No More Heroes games. No more heroes.
No more
This
heroes.
This is
guys.
it. No more heroes. This is it. This is the final game.
God damn it! We still have movies to do. That would have been a great end to the stream.
There are no more heroes, and that's actually it. So no more games either. You take it away with movies.
No more games. All right. This past Monday, like we mentioned, The Witcher: Nightmare of the Wolf, the Witcher anime movie released on Netflix. We have Ape Star, which looks like a children's movie. Feisty young orphan who wants to be adopted more than anything. But I think her potential mom drives up to the orphanage, and a gorilla steps out. Gorilla. It's got Stellan Skarsgård in it. One of Bill Skarsgård's family members. All right, Ape Star on video on demand and digital. I don't know if I'll say this one because it was one day only, and it was released this past Wednesday. So it was Halsey presents If I Can't Have Love, I Want Power. It's an hour-long movie set to the music of her new album, which I think is pretty cool. And today we have Candyman released, The Beatles Get Back. We have Behemoth limited release, The Colony limited release, Vacation Friends on Hulu, No Man of God limited release and video on demand digital. He's All That on Netflix. Rushed limited release. Together limited release. American Sausage Standoff limited release. Ellie and Abby limited release. And Lily Topples the World on Discovery Plus, but the logo on this website shows the Disney logo. Interesting.
All right, is that it?
That's it for movies.
All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Jared will have anime news for you next week, hopefully, if the website is not down.
Unfortunately, Anime News Network is down, which is like what I was saying up top. It's one of the more reliable places to get anime news from, with it not being like clickbait article. Oh, wait, Anime News is back up.
All right, we'll save it for next week.
Save it for next week. I'll do a bunch next week.
All right, update us next week, bro.
Damn it.
It's all
Talk
good.
to y'all later.
All good. Thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next Friday. Bye-bye.
3 o'clock.